The final of the Australian Light Middleweight Championship, the 71 kilograms division. In the red corner, it's Ricky Finch from Queensland, who was very impressive in his semi-final bout. Ricky Finch has had only 24 bouts, but he's won 18 of those and was most impressive here in the semi-finals. In the blue corner, it's John Ryan of South Australia. Shorter, stockier, 24 years of age. He's the South Australian state champion, 1982. Very solid fellow this, and an awkward opponent for the tall Queenslander. This should be an interesting contest. The referee is Mr. Tony Papak of Victoria. So as the boys come together, you'll see that there's a definite height and reach advantage to the Queenslander.
Round one.
So it's round one of the Australian Light Middleweight Championship. The taller boy in the red singlet is the Queenslander Ricky Finch, who had a very good win over James Passaris of Western Australia in his semi-final. And James Passaris was a silver medalist at the King's Cup tournament in Bangkok. An excellent performance by Passaris, so that will give you an idea of just how good this young fellow from Queensland is. Ricky Finch, who defeated Passaris. He's a southpaw, and Passaris just couldn't handle him. His opponent, John Ryan of South Australia, shorter, stronger looking, packs a very solid punch in both hands, but he's certainly at the disadvantage as far as height and reach are concerned.
Very tall for a light middleweight. He's got a nice physique for a light middle. I think he'd be near probably a good 6 foot.
About a minute left in the first round of this Australian light middleweight contest. Ricky Finch of Queensland, the tall boy in the red singlet, against John Ryan of South Australia.
I think most orthodox boxers find they get hit more when they box in southpaw because the punches are coming from the opposite direction, whereas a southpaw is, generally used to fighting an orthodox boxer.
Yeah, slapping with the open hand. That was a caution against the South Australian.
He's not using the right enough, Ryan. He should be driving that right to the body and straight through to the head. He just drove the right through to the body then.
Yes, and he was caught with a straight lead from the Queenslander as he did it. In fact, he took two in succession from Finch.
He's got plenty of strength, Ryan. If he bullocks up there, he might make it hard for Finch.
And the end of round one.
Round two.
This is round two of the Australian light middleweight championship division. Ricky Finch of Queensland in the red singlet against John Ryan of South Australia. Finch, with his extra height and reach, narrowly took the points in round one with some good right leads. Ryan has got to get in close, and he's certainly trying to do that in the second round, but caution now for pushing.
He is trying to use that right hand, but Finch just moves away with that reach and pokes out that right jab. It's very hard for Ryan to get in there at the moment.
Ricky Finch, who was most impressive in his semi-final, beating King's Cup silver medalist James Passaris of Western Australia. Ryan, in his semi-final, had a win over a fellow very much his own build, Stephen Marino of New South Wales.
That was a great contest too between John Ryan and Steve Marino. They really slugged it out.
Not too much leather landing in this round.
No, there's not, but I think Finch is generally in control. He's nice and cool. He's more or less doing what he has to do.
Well, he caught Ryan with a good right as Ryan rushed in.
Oh, beautiful
good left. Yes, lovely left to the face from Finch, the Queenslander.
Very hard to block those southpaw lefts.
Ryan is very, very strong. He'll take a lot of punishment. and he'll have to absorb a bit, I think, to get in close enough to land his own.
Well, Ryan's not doing enough. He's letting Finch dictate. He should be using his strength walking up all the time if he's going to have any chance of winning this final.
That right was taken on the gloves by Finch.
Finch very cool.
Oh, another good right hand by Finch. And there's blood coming from a cut on the nose of the South Australian. That cut seems to be on the bridge of the nose.
Good body work in close there too from Finch. They hurt those short punches in close.
Finch impresses me. He really did in the semi-final. He's looking good again. Good style, nice boxer. Unorthodox, of course, with that southpaw stance.
Works well in close for a tall guy too. A lot of tall guys don't seem to be able to do much in close, but he seems to shorten his punches up well.
So Finch in control towards the end of round 2 of this Australian light middleweight championship final. And again, Finch lands. Good punches. And the referee is going to ask the doctor to have a look at the cut on John Ryan's nose. Blood running from that cut. And the doctor says, yes, it's okay. He will allow the contest to continue. And we're approaching the end of round 2. In fact, there's the bell.
Cut on the nose is not really dangerous. The worrying cuts are the ones that you get above the eyes that bleeds directly into the eye.
This is the third and final round.
Round 3 of the Australian light middleweight championship final. Ricky Finch of Queensland in the red singlet against John Ryan of South Australia. And Ryan really has to pull something out to win this contest. I gave Finch both first and second rounds, and Barry, I think you'd agree.
I'd agree with that for sure, John.
So Ryan really needs a knockout to win this contest. And he has a very solid punch, but he can't seem to get in close enough to land it.
He's a good puncher, but I think Finch is just a little bit too cool, a little bit too cagey for him.
Finch, a southpaw, unorthodox stance, making it all the more awkward for Ryan, who already is at a tremendous disadvantage in height and reach.
Keeps his elbows in beautifully, Finch. He was just caught by a good left hook then from Ryan. He tucks up very well.
And Finch proved in the contest against Pasaris, his semi-final, that he can take a punch.
Well, in this game, you've got to be able to take it as well as dish it out.
Ryan in close, trying to work to the body, trying to sap the strength of the tall Queenslander, but the Queenslander, as you have said, Barry, is very cool.
I think he's left his run a little bit late, Ryan.
Yes, he's been outpointed in this contest so far.
Not a great deal in those body blows. I don't think Finch is in much trouble. I think he's just having a bit of a breather. Not much weight in those body blows at all.
The referee asked him to break. Well, that's a good right from Ryan.
It was a good right hand. He should have been. That's the punch he should have been trying to land earlier. Although he was trying to land, I guess, but Finch was just seemed to be out of distance most of the time, out of Ryan's range.
That one was taken on the gloves by Finch. He covers up again as Ryan throws leather at him.
You can counteract a guy's reach if you time it correctly, which, you know, Ryan hadn't been able to time that right jab.
Again taken on the gloves by Finch, and the left goes over the shoulder. Finch, clever boxer.
Nasty head clash then. It's a better round for Ryan.
Cut on the eyebrow now of the South Australian, and again the referee calling the doctor up to have a look at it. That could be the result of that head clash.
I think
Barry.
It would have been, yes. Stop it. I think that's the end of the contest.
Yes, the doctor has said stop the contest because of the cut on the eyebrow of the South Australian John Ryan, but there's no doubt Finch of Queensland was in front on points. Well, let's see that head clash. There it is. Very bad clash of heads.
Definitely the cause of that cut.
Yes, that caused the cut on the left eyebrow of the South Australian and, of course, brought the end of the contest.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 1983 Australian light middleweight champion from the red corner, Ricky Finch from Queensland. Referee stopping the contest, round 3.